and welcome to another video with me, Bailey. Welcome to Cosmos with Bailey. I am a clairvoyant, psychic medium and spiritual healer based in New Zealand. And today's video is one that I have been needing to do for a while, and then I got a very big prompt to do it over the last few days. It is very, very exciting. I've been dreaming a lot about what's going on in the cosmos, how these children are coming through to us, the new era and the way we experience pregnancy, and with a really strong, the divine feminine and the return of the matriarch, new planetary era. As a part of this process, a lot of very amazing women, that does not mean that another woman is better than another, will be conduits for these children that are coming to us into the earth realm. And this is also a part of 5D consciousness and moving into the new planetary era with the return of the matriarch. And the new planetary era is essentially 5D consciousness, and I'm going to do a little bit about that in another video and sort of explain it from a really common sense perspective. And it's not really what we think it is, 5D consciousness. There's also a lot of glitz and glam that's been used there, the false ascension, and also what 5D consciousness actually entails and what's happening for us in our vessels and how we experience ourselves. So, yes, I've been dreaming a lot about these babies that are coming through and how the pregnancy is working. I have been on my own journey with my own spiritual pregnancy with my own partner. And it's been a very, very confusing process, mostly because there's a lot that happens up in the spiritual realms that our human self isn't quite aware of, and we may start getting impulses and intuitions and dreams and not be fully aware of what's taking place. We are in the physical realm, and we may start getting dreams and visitations of the baby. We may become aware that we may become a mother years before these babies are actually ready to come through. A lot of the times these babies' energy or consciousness will be incubating up in the higher realms with our higher selves, and they'll just be sitting incubating in the energy, getting ready to come to the earth realm and through the mother, and through the womb space. So this makes so much sense if we talk about 5D consciousness and the new planetary era, that we begin to experience these really amazing things. And this becomes a new spirit pathway too, We say goodbye to the old world patriarchal run cycle. And it makes so much sense for women to be I really dislike the word way showers. I don't feel like we need to put labels on ourselves as women. And we don't need to say that, I am a leader because I'm bringing down one of these babies. I'm really not a fan of putting spiritual, self-important labels on pregnancy or the waves of children that are coming through. It's just a natural progression in the cosmos, and we begin to experience our spiritual pathways with the flavors and the energies of the divine feminine and that higher octave of the matriarch that the new era brings to us. So it makes sense for women to be the ones to bring the babies. That's a part of 5D consciousness. I have my personal feels about what 5D consciousness means and what I've been dreaming about, but I'll do that in a different video. And so with spiritual pregnancy and the spirit pathway as women and also as men and the fathers, that the divine masculine and the divine feminine is a big part, of course. And the spirit pathway begins to change, and we don't need the temples. We don't need to, have really strict rituals and rules and regulations. We don't need to experience our spirit pathways in the way that we have for many thousands of years in the old world patriarchal run cycle. And the new spirit pathway becomes about raising these children and saying goodbye to hierarchical family dynamics. I know there's a lot of people in my age generation that have been clearing family karma. A lot of the times women and men will clear the family karma and then they'll move into 5D. It's just, 5D is just not what people think it is. And a very important part of clearing family karma is so you can be free and clean to raise these children without these really old world belief systems that hinder you. And a lot of us are becoming aware, and as we get older, that we don't want to repeat our family patterning, what we experience as children and our teens on our own children. That is a changing of consciousness and awareness. We don't want to do that to our own children. And the spirit pathway becomes about motherhood and fatherhood, family, housewives, bringing the divine feminine into the role of the housewife, which is very exciting, bringing the divine feminine into the early childhood centers, bringing the divine feminine and setting up our own ways as mothers and fathers and how we want to raise these children, and just stepping outside of the box and what feels true and right to us. Okay, spiritual pregnancy and how it's working. So, yes, it's just very exciting that we get to sort of invite the divine feminine, and for many women on this earth, we haven't had, I want to say, the luxury of knowing our divine feminine essence in a housewife or in a environment where we can really thrive and flourish in the divine feminine energy as mothers. And also, children isn't a part of every woman's pathway, and that is not to say that you're any less divine feminine. Okay, I'm just going to talk really quickly about the spiritual ego and these children and the new planetary era. I am not a fan of labeling these children, saying they are this wave, they are that wave, this wave is more important, this generation is more important. I am not a fan of spiritually using the spiritual ego to self-important, to make your child self-important via your own spiritual ego. I've seen a lot of stuff out there that's saying this is the certain year in which these waves of children are coming. These children are more special than most. That is absolutely not. Just if you just think about it, the children are coming when they're ready. It doesn't matter what wave they are. It doesn't matter the date that they're coming. All the children on this earth are special. We do not need to be using spiritual labels to make ourselves more important. We really don't, especially not with these children. Because the spirit pathway is through raising these children, and we learn through raising these children. We don't need to put labels on these children. So, I'm just not a fan of that. I've been dreaming quite a while of these children coming through. At the turning of the tides, I saw all of them just coming into the earth realm, into the water, and finding their mothers, and they've all been waiting, and they're so excited to come to a lot of these children haven't come to the earth before, these souls, and it's very exciting. But they do have some very some challenges in holding their own frequency here and being supported to be themselves. They're all very, very unique. They're not the same, and that's why I'm not a fan of saying these wave of children are this label, because that's not how it's working. These children are coming through with their own unique flavor as a unique soul. They're not going to be the same to the child next door. They're not going to be same. So just be very mindful of stuff on the internet that sort of lumps these children into one name. That's not how it's working. They're very unique in where they're coming from and what they're here to do. A lot of them are just here to experience being in a body. It's not, we don't need to make these children's journeys about our own spiritual self-importance. So, okay, let's talk about spiritual pregnancy and how it's working. So, for me, these journeys are really, really, really unique. And I actually have a service, I'm not quite ready to do it yet, spiritual pregnancy and relationship. So you can book a session with me if you are starting to dream about these children. You're really confused. You don't know what's going on. I've been dreaming of having babies with this man, but he is not responding to me. Or I've been, I dreamt I was going to have a baby with my husband, but he can't have babies. And there's all this stuff in the physical realm that just doesn't apply to our unique pregnancy journeys. And it's very different to how we know pregnancy, because it starts there's so much light opening up on this earth now that we can connect into these things so much easier now. And yes, okay, so how's it working? So usually pre-incarnation, the father, there'll be, and the mother, you could already be with someone and be aware there's a baby coming. You could not be with the partner and be aware that you're going to have a baby with someone. It can be very confusing on the earth front. I do know that there's probably a lot of men out there that have been dreaming about having babies but don't know where the partner is, or not quite sure what's going on. You can also overthink your visions and your intuitions. Usually they're quite simple and common sense, but what we tend to do is be like, hold on a minute. I had a dream that I was pregnant. It means I'm going to birth a new creative project. It actually could mean that you're going to have a baby. It's that, like, there's, you know what I mean? We tend to just be like, I don't have a partner and I don't see one, coming in anytime soon. But our higher selves know what they're doing. And we really have to step out of the idea of how we know a relationship, because you could just fall pregnant with someone out of nowhere. And have a baby with them, but it's been predestined. Like, we really have to let go of how we know relationship, and that's a part of the process of spiritual journeys as well. Now we get to experience these things in a really different manner and learn and expand and grow through relationship and through having things not quite work out the way we wanted them to. And these pregnancies and the spiritual journeys of the pregnancies and the partnerships, they're very unique to each couple. Or even if you are doing co-parenting, it's all unique. So I do know from my experience that, and you could also feel pregnant and still have your period. There's many things that could happen. You could have people tell you that you look pregnant. You could be like, I am pregnant, but still have your period. There's many different things that could happen. And you really want to trust in your intuition. As a woman, you've got the womb. Your womb knows best. And I highly guarantee that on some level, the father does know what's going on. Because he will also be connected into the energy of the child. So what happens is that the mother and the father on the higher spiritual planes are connected into the child and are looking after this incubation that takes place. These children's energies will sit in our energy fields for a really long time until they're actually ready to come into the earth realm, and it's a very different process. I'd say around about now, a lot of women are wanting to clear family karma, wanting to clear away stuff around their mothers. I'm going to do a video on the unloving mother and sort of the stuff that can help you understand that, and stepping more into your divine feminine essence as a unique woman and leaving the hierarchical mother behind. And so it's very important to remember, it's a very different process. It's unique to each soul. There may be a lot of stuff out there on the internet on spiritual pregnancy and 5G pregnancy, but it's really important to remember as a woman with the womb that you know best and you know what you're doing. You are the one connected into the child, into the father, into your partnership. You know what you're doing, and you should be trusting in your own intuition with the womb and as a woman. And that's the journey of the divine feminine, you know what I mean? We step out of the need to have a guru or someone telling us what our spirit pathways are. Okay, as I said, if you want to have and it's the dawning of a new era, it's very exciting to a lot of women. It's very exciting for me. And having so many past lives in the temples, and now I get to experience my own spirit pathway, being a mother with my partner, and having the freedom to be divinely feminine and in a household dynamic. And the temple space really becomes about being a wife and a mother, and depending on your circumstance and how that plays out, if it's co-parenting or not, it's so divine to be a mother to these children, and we get to be a part of that, and it's very exciting. Okay, as I said, if you need a helping hand in understanding your experiences, you are most welcome to book a session with me under spiritual pregnancy and relationship. Especially if you have been dreaming of babies, maybe you've been dreaming of the father, you don't know the father yet. I know that could happen either way with the mother and the father. The father could be dreaming about the mother because you're both connected in. So please trust in your intuition and trust in the higher process of your experiences with these children, and they are coming through thick and fast and finding their mothers, and I've been dreaming of it, and it's very, very exciting. All right, thank you so much for watching. I just thought I would add something in really quickly about womb work and also some other services that I have to help with the children. So I said the spiritual pregnancy and relationship session, but also if you want to clear family karma, or you want to clear your womb space entirely, if you're feeling the call for that, I have a healing program that I've put down called the Venus Womb Healing Program with the Divine Feminine coming out shortly, and that is a 9-month initiation process via the womb and into the Divine Feminine essence, and clearing out stuff in the feminine realms of your being that hinder you, and trauma-based family dynamics, stuff that hinders you from loving men. There's a lot that goes on in the womb space and what you've experienced in family dynamics. Also, I have Cosmic Life Force Energy Healings available that you can book a 1.5-hour session. They'll be available shortly. And we can do a little bit of womb work and just it's like an energy healing and energetic support for the womb space with Cosmic Life Force energy, and that can be really amazing pre-pregnancy, or if you're feeling you're wanting a little bit of a helping hand in understanding the process, or if you want a full energy healing after pregnancy, those Cosmic Life Force energy healings with the womb space can be really amazing and supportive energetically to help you with after pregnancy, pre-pregnancy, or even in the middle of pregnancy. If you're needing some support spiritually and needing help in clearing some stuff that's coming up, those healing sessions can be very, very supportive. Cosmic Life Force Energy, 1.5-hour healing session with the womb, is very different to the Venus Womb 9-month initiation. They are very, very different. So I just thought I would say that bit. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that was helpful.